All right, good morning, everyone. We have all of our presenters and we are in a webinar style Zoom. So you will only be able to see the presenters. We'll go ahead and get started and I'll put the program in the chat for everyone as well. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you, everyone, and good morning. It was wonderful to see a few of you over at the Cuddy, and I hope you had an opportunity to get a snack or some breakfast, at least a cup of coffee, maybe visit with some folks that you have not been able to see face to face in a while. It was wonderful to see folks reconnecting. So on this very blustery early fall day, I want to begin by recognizing and stating how fortunate I feel to be here in Alaska, living and working on the ancestral lands of the Dena'ina, the Ahtna-Dene, the Alutiiq-Supiaq, the Chugachmiut, and Eyak peoples. We at UAA all acknowledge that thousands of years these peoples have lived in harmony with this place, and we owe them and this land our respect and gratitude. So I'm very pleased to welcome you, all of UAA, including everyone who serves at our campuses in Homer, Kodiak, Valdez, Anchorage, Soldotna, and the Mat-Su Valley, to this fall 2021 faculty and staff convocation. As many of you know, traditionally, an academic convocation is an event that is held to formally mark the entry of new students into a higher education community. And it's often described as a bookend to commencement. But this year, we've chosen to have a faculty and staff convocation in order to welcome everyone back to campus, whatever that looks like for you and your role. So now it's my pleasure to introduce to you all someone who is quickly becoming well-known across all of our campuses, our new Chancellor, Chancellor Sean Parnell.
Oh, thank you, Denise, and good morning to everybody. What a great start to our new year. And I just want to say, I'm delighted to be your Chancellor, and I've really found that I'm joining a tremendous institution and great team of people here. And I want to welcome you all to the new academic year as well. Throughout my first couple of months as Chancellor, I've been reminded again and again how education transforms our students. I see Tuan is online, and he and I have had several conversations related to that as I was calling students to ask them to enroll and register for the fall. Several spoke so highly as I asked them who their favorite professors were and what their favorite classes were. They were able to speak to just the impact that you as faculty members had in their lives here. And that's just something that I treasure and want you to know that you are deeply appreciated, deeply valued, and have profound impact on our students' lives. Switching topics a bit, the powerful connection of UAA to the state of Alaska is evident wherever we turn. UAA recently realized more than $17 million in philanthropic gifts from generous individuals. These private gifts ensure that excellent programs can continue here. It also advances progress toward our goal of reaching $200 million in philanthropic giving to the University of Alaska system by 2024 in the comprehensive For Alaska campaign. So I did want to raise that we have had some great success recently with UAA fundraising. Additionally, and I see Katie Bender here, 250 UAA alumni have signed up to become Seawolf mentors. I know that in my own life, mentors have been huge grounding points and compasses for me in the choices I made. And I'm just so thankful that our alumni have stepped up in that way. Overall, UAA has more than 60,000 alumni now. We can be proud that well over 1,000 UAA alumni are among our own faculty and staff. And here's an impressive fact. UAA faculty and staff collectively have given nearly $230,000 back to UAA since 2020, shaping our campus causes and programs that you care about most. We are definitely a generous people, and I've been just so pleased and proud to be able to join you in that giving. The Alaska legislature is connected to us in many ways as well. And UAA's campuses directly serve 39 of the 60 legislative districts, or 63% of the entire legislature has that connection to UAA. The year, as you know, though, was unprecedented in more ways than one, so it bears repeating to transition to a discussion just briefly about the budget. Governor Dunleavy approved the $273 million operating budget for the University of Alaska system that was appropriated by the legislature this year, and thankfully that reduction was less than anticipated, but the fiscal effect of that reduction was compounded by unreimbursed COVID-related costs and the veto of much needed repair funding for 3 UAA buildings. The bottom line, and I've said this to many of you before in the all college meetings, the university system kept its part of the compact. We have taken the reductions that the regents agreed to. In fact, we've achieved more than the agreed to reductions once we've managed to get through this fiscal year. So I want to just say thank you to each of you for how you have weathered this storm. And we have this year to go through, but I am really looking forward to being able to build out some this next fiscal year. When state government actions put our scholarships and grants at risk, you all stepped up, students, alumni, faculty, each of us reaching out to legislators and to the governor's office. I was pleased to see last night that the governor submitted an appropriation bill that contains those items. So my hope is that the legislature and governor can come to agreement quickly on those items and get those important programs funded. You know, at UAA, we do believe in the transformative power of education in our students' lives. I've seen it in my own life. I know you've all seen it in your lives. And to accomplish that vision and that mission, we view all of our decisions through the lens of UAA 2025. What does that look like? It just looks like when we make a decision, we have to remember, are we putting students first? You know, are we creating this welcoming community here where diversity and inclusion are not just words spoken, but are reality? Are we being and serving as that community partner and creating impact through innovation? These are just questions that we will and are asking about every decision we make. Also coming this year is UAA's mid-cycle review by the Northwest Commission on Colleges and Universities. That's coming in October. And the responsibility for this important milestone in UAA's institutional accreditation cycle is all of ours to own. And I do feel confident in our ability to meet and exceed the NWCCU standards and expectations. As we welcome students back to class next week on campus and online as well, it's important to note UAA's overall enrollment picture. And though headcount is down by about 10%, and it's significant again this year as it has been in the last five years or so. I do want to point out some bright spots because I think they're going to provide opportunity for us to build upon, to rebuild this great institution with greater enrollment in the years to come. Enrollment of first-time transfer students is up 24% across UAA. Admits of transfer students are up in every single college. This incoming class of students has 88% more 19 and 20-year-olds than last year. Think about that for a minute. It also includes a 34% increase in admitted Alaska Native students. Another important group, because with our move to flat rate tuition and fees for all active duty military and National Guard students, we are up 26.9% in applications for fall 2021 compared to last year, and up 19.7% compared to 2019. So though there remains work to do in enrollment, these numbers really do give us hope that we will be able to rebuild upon incoming classes and transfer students in the years to come. So in closing, I want to just reinforce how deeply impressed I am by the UAA community. the faculty, the staff, the students, and how fortunate I personally feel to be a part of this great institution. Like you, I've known the wonder, the creativity, just the unlocking of my own life opportunities through higher ed. And it is our charge to more clearly articulate these opportunities that are here with the external community, with Alaskans, and with the world beyond. Our students look to us, and Alaska now counts on its largest university to teach, to conduct research, and to innovate in bigger, bolder ways than ever before. And frankly, that is where you come in. My job is to support you in that. I'm honored to be able to do that, and I look forward to doing that with you during this 21-22 academic year. Thank you.
Thank you, Chancellor. I now have the pleasure of providing what's called the charge to the faculty. As many of you know, I've spoken at a number of events over these past 2 weeks, and generally, I've tried to organize all of my remarks around a theme of gratitude and appreciation for you, the staff and faculty of UAA, and for everything that you've done during these past 2 really extraordinary years. I do recognize and honor your sacrifices, your dedication, and all of the efforts that you have each made in order to continue to serve our students and communities. So my charge to the faculty then is about moving forward. We have undoubtedly entered a new phase of higher education. We don't know exactly what that's going to look like, but we all do sort of expect it will be different. My specific charge, recognizing how many of you are feeling tired or a bit anxious, or perhaps stretched a little thin, my charge is to continue. Continue helping UAA meet its mission of transforming lives through teaching, research, community engagement, and creative expression. Continue putting students first, as you have been, by adapting, by being as flexible as you can, but also by continuing to challenge and inspire them. Continue to embrace diversity and inclusion. Help your students and others in our communities to do so as well. Recognize and promote the reality that in our difference, we are all stronger. Continue to be a partner in your community through your engaged teaching, your research, your service. Engage with your local schools, your local employers, community groups, and yes, your legislative delegations as well. Share with them the good news of what's going on at UAA, but also deep engagements like the kind that you do through community engaged learning really help them see the value of higher education. Continue to make significant impacts through innovation, as so many of you do every day. Whether your research or creative expression is funded or not, whether it results in publication or not, it still is important work because of the fact that it's about innovating and moving knowledge forward. Continue to pursue excellence through continuous improvement. As you know, this is at the heart of everything we do in academics. Whether we're aware of it, whether we openly acknowledge it or not, each one of us is constantly engaged in assessing, evaluating, and refining our work with the goal of always finding ways to improve. So I challenge all of us. I challenge the faculty, the staff, the students, and the administration to work together to achieve our mission, to put one foot in front of the other, to keep showing up, and to continue to make that ever so important difference in students' lives. Thank you. So at this time, I am very pleased to be able to welcome each of the leaders of our various governance groups, who we've asked to say just a few words of welcome as well. And we'll go in the order that they're listed in the agenda. So the first to speak will be Faculty Senate President Gokhan Karahan. Gokhan? Gokhan, I think you're on mute.
This never happens to me. Um, Thank you. I am very honored to be here to address our faculty, staff, students, guests. I just want to start my speech by saying that Chancellor Parnell, welcome aboard. I hope you have a great tenure here at UAA. To repeat the words of Yogi Berra, it feels like deja vu all over again with new hopes and aspirations. I'm going to go a little bit banal here. I'm going to give you what universities do. By and large, institutions of higher learning emphasize three functions: teaching, research, and service. These three functions are nicely stated in our own mission statement. It states, the University of Alaska Anchorage transforms lives through teaching, research, community engagement, and creative expression in a diverse and inclusive environment. This mission is to be achieved through emphasizing, as ones before me emphasized, students first, creating a culture of equity and inclusion, community engagement, and impacting lives here in the Arctic and globally through innovation. There are critical roles to be played by each and every one of us. As far as I'm concerned, we, the UAA faculty and its Senate, are at the center of this engagement. Faculty Senate is one of the key governance organizations to represent the voice of faculty, to promote communication among the key stakeholders, to foster academic freedom as well as collegiality. In the past few years, faculty all across the UA system have shown great tenacity and determination in dealing with many adverse and stressful events. My humble request to our UAA faculty is to continue to do your best to get involved in something that you are passionate about that could help this great institution to move forward, while making sure that whatever we teach is relevant and impactful. Let me just say that I am extremely proud of our accomplishments. I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart. Forgive me if I sounded entirely faculty-centric here. I also do not wish to reduce the impact and contribution of our staff members to a few tasks. If we learned anything in the past few years about how to survive in an environment with ever-evolving issues on human resources, adjustment to new modalities, travel, IT services, and more than ever important student advising and mentoring, I would say to all our staff members, we need you. We cannot do it without you. From the bottom of our hearts, thank you for all that you do for us, our students, and our community at large. I hope that we have some students here as well. Well, at least I know one of them in the crowd. I do have a message, humble message for them. As some wise man once upon a time said, it is your journey and yours alone. Others, your family, friends, professors, staff, administrators may walk it with you, but no one can walk it for you. We hope to see you guys on Saturday at the campus kickoff. Have a great academic year.
Thank you, Gokhan. And the next governance representatives to speak will be our staff council, and Dawn and Tanya are here today.
Thank you for the opportunity, Provost Runge and Gokhan. It is very exciting. I think the last couple of years have shown us that the collaboration between Faculty Senate and the Student Government and Staff Council and even the Alumni Association is just, that's what helps us thrive here. It's exciting and we're looking forward to the year ahead. But just stepping backward a little bit, for everyone who may not know me, I'm Dawn Humenik, currently a staff member here at UAA supporting the University Police Department. Tanya Rowe from Shared Services, specifically TRIO Support Student Services, and I serve and will serve the full FY22 year as the staff council co-presidents. And we're supported in our executive team by our co-vice presidents, Kendra Condroy from the SBDC and Elizabeth Childs from Administrative Services out at the Matsu College. We're grateful for the opportunity to share with you some general context and a few of the latest updates regarding staff council. Many of you don't even know that the staff council exists. And so hopefully this will give you a broad context, but we're a group of 21 elected individuals, hourly and salaried staff, whose primary purpose is to provide a forum through which common concerns and opinions regarding university matters may be voiced. We offer representative participation toward the solution of problems, formulation and or revision of policies affecting staff, their salaries, their benefits, working conditions, general services, to the extent that these matters are not covered under collective bargaining agreements. Additionally, the council serves as an advisory body to the chancellor and provides broad support via task forces and committee participation to the provost and vice chancellors. So essentially, we support staff by serving as a primary connection between staff at large and university leadership, providing a venue toward participation in the governance process and the dissemination of timely information. Tanya and I are pleased to report that for the first time in several years, we actually started the fiscal year with a full council membership for main campus and community campuses. A couple of years ago, we learned that from community campuses and even local Anchorage departments that weren't on main campus, that they were feeling disconnected. So we took action, worked hard to ensure that that voices were heard at the table and involved in decision-making processes. And so within the council, we've strengthened our community campus numbers in the last 2 years, but we've also made efforts to ensure that staff at large from those campuses are included on the critical hiring committees and various boards and task forces. So that's something that we're celebrating. Not unlike students and faculty, staff were absolutely impacted by the pandemic and the abrupt shift to remote work. I'd like to throw out a special kudos. There was a small contingent of folks who actually weren't able to remote work came to campus every day throughout the pandemic, and we applaud those efforts and your dedication. We want to thank staff for your resilience and figuring out how to continue supporting each other, but also the students and faculty during such uncertain times. Without question, you as staff are the reason the university functions. So while students are cracking the books and faculty are engrossed in their teaching and their research, it's you, the staff, who deal with all the financial transactions and travel preparations, who make certain that the lights and the heat in our buildings function, that our IT is performing the way that it needs to, that our grounds are maintained, mail is being delivered, and your belongings are kept safe and secure, and you are safe and secure, and the hundreds of other daily tasks that generally go unremarked upon. These actions, and you as the folks who get them done, are fundamental to UAA successes, and we're grateful. Aside from the pandemic, the last few years have been difficult for staff in other ways. A highly constrained budget led to a reduction of programs, and thus the support for those programs. Additionally, we've seen that as staff depart, sometimes the positions remain unfilled, and for those left, it means additional work that is often unrecognized. This spring, the staff conducted a morale survey, and we're thankful to those of you who took the time to complete the questions and provide feedback. We hear that in times of difficulty, you feel as though you are the ones who are uncared for and expendable, and that you are tired. And we are taking great pains to ensure that leadership understands the impact this climate has had upon staff. Please know that as a council, we're working on the tough issues like compensation, improving the onboarding and offboarding process, reviewing staff recognition efforts, and creating opportunities for staff development. We acknowledge that in the last couple of years, our outward communication to staff at large has lacked. At our council retreat last week, we assembled a truly talented communication committee who's highly motivated to make improvements. So we'll be updating our website, ensuring information is shared via the Green and Gold, via our Facebook page, and via email. This year, we aim to be more involved with you as UAA staff members. We want to hear from you and encourage you to reach out, whether it's picking up a phone to call me or Tanya, or sending an email, or stopping us around campus for a quick chat. I'd like to also share with you that via the council website, there's a feedback section where you can submit your concerns or even kudos to us. The council is here to support you, and we can make the best progress when we know where it is you want us to focus our efforts. I promise you, we're listening. Tanya and I end here this morning, letting you know that we're truly appreciative of your dedication to the students, faculty, and staff at UAA. We're excited for the year ahead because we know that working together, we can do amazing things. So we thank you again, and best wishes for an amazing year ahead to all.
Thank you so much, Dawn and Tanya. And next we will hear from USUAA President Tuan Graziano.
Hello, and thank you, Provost Runge, for introducing me, and then as well as inviting myself and the student perspective to this convocation. I'd like to also thank you for the land acknowledgement and start by saying my pronouns are he, him. And you'll have to excuse me. This is my first time speaking at a convocation or an event such as this, but I think that's been the theme for this past year, is a theme of firsts. First pandemic that affects us worldwide, first few semesters teaching online, first few semesters learning how to use the Zoom unmute button, and quite a few other firsts, I'm sure. I think it's something that's really defined us as UAA, and then as well as humans on a global scale, of our ability to kind of adapt and be able to still pursue higher education, still serve our communities, and still support each other during these really difficult times that we already had going on before the pandemic. And then an additional layer that kind of just shows how much even more our perseverance is, how much grit we have as a university and as a community. I think as a student, one of the things I hear the most, not explicitly, but subtly through conversations, is how much we will be defined by some of the challenges and issues that we will be responsible for tackling in these upcoming years, decades, and into the rest of the century. Issues and topics about racial diversity, systemic racism, LGBTQ rights, climate change, much, much more political and economic equality. I think there's so much that really defines and places expectations on who we are as students and who we are as UAA members and human beings going into our next stages in life. And I think it's really something that faculty and staff have been there all along and will be there continually to support us in that regard. And that's not just in terms of supporting our ability to receive a higher education at UAA, to learn, but also on a very much more personal level of connection and connectivity with each other. It's been so many times where I've talked with other students about how great a staff member is to chat about our latest TV show, or chat with about an audiobook we've heard. And the same goes with the faculty as well, and about maybe an article we read or a really interesting book we read. That connectivity is so important on such a human basic level, and really helps foster that kind of holistic path and journey for us as students. I think that as we go along, we start to realize more and more, especially in these times, how important that is. Coming back to campus after being virtual for so long is another first. And I think that human connection has been really taken for granted for some of us. I know I have. And it has been such a refreshing feeling to be able to get back to that environment where we were able to finally engage in person, face to face, of course, safely where possible. And so I think as faculty and staff, you do all a tremendous job of supporting students and supporting UAA and our experience, and creating that potential for UAA as a whole and for all of our students as well, to really create a brighter future, because I think that's what students have come to UAA for, whether it's for themselves, their family, their communities, and on a wider scale, the rest of the world, to create a brighter future. And you all as faculty and staff have such a critical role in that, that even sometimes is not fully recognized or understood. But we know it's there inherently, that feeling that the faculty and staff who we've encountered, who have supported us along the way, have brought us to where we are and helped make us who we are. Student government is an extension of that. I think that's something you really learn when you become a student government leader, or any kind of student leader who works with faculty and staff and with different parts of UAs, how much passion, how much care and consideration there is for students and our experiences in the rest of the university. And sometimes that's not acknowledged enough. But I'm sure if we really thought hard about it, and when we dig really deep into thinking about the successes we've garnered, it's really, there's always a faculty member or a Senate member or a faculty or a staff member that had been there for us along the way. And so I encourage you, and I hope that you will continue to support students like you have been, to continue and even, if possible, expand your belief in not only the intelligence of students, that they are smart, that they can provide meaningful insight and feedback, and truly listening to them on a genuine level, but to also continue to do all that you have done for students as well. It's definitely been a tough couple of years, I'm sure, but students are right there with you, and we definitely appreciate all that you do. Maybe sometimes we don't say it loud enough. So on behalf of other students, I will go ahead and try to raise that flag as much as possible, shout it out to the world and to the rest of the community for all that you do. So thank you. I hope you have a great first fall semester back, and looking forward to just interacting with all of you and seeing how much more you'll be doing for students.
Thank you so much, Tuan. And now we are going to be hearing from Katie Bender, who is the UAA Alumni Association representative. Katie, thank you for joining us.
Good morning. Thank you so much. I'm honored to be with you all today, and want to echo the other speakers and thanking you all for the incredible work that you are doing for our students, each other, and our community. I represent our nearly 65,000 proud UAA alumni today, and we'll keep this very brief, but just have a few things that we wanted to update you with that were happening this fall semester. We're currently accepting nominations for notable alumni for our Alumni of Distinction Awards. This is a great way to highlight the incredible work being done by our alumni around the world. Please consider nominating an outstanding alumnus through September. We are reworking the Alumni of Distinction Award this year due to COVID, and we'll have more details on when that will be, probably in the next month or so. Our annual homecoming event is going to be celebrated on October 8th. The decision to host another virtual event was made this week. We're really hoping to be in person, but felt it was best to be safe again this year. This year, our keynote speaker is UAA alumna Princess Desiree Johnson. She holds a master's in education and is the former creative producer on the Peabody Award-winning show Molly of Denali on PBS. Please join us on October 8th to virtually reconnect with classmates and support current students and programs at UAA. We also have UAA Giving Day, which is going to be November 9th and 10th this year. Started last year, Giving Day brought together all three universities to help raise funds for UA throughout the system. We really encourage you to get engaged and share Giving Day with your networks. To wrap things up, I really want to thank you for all the hard work that you're doing. You really make UAA the strong hometown university it is. You don't go very far in Anchorage without meeting someone who is connected with the university. And I am very proud to represent the alumni and want you to remember that the alumni are here to help you and help advocate for all faculty, staff, and students at UAA. Thank you.
Thank you, Katie. And thank you to all of our governance representatives for joining us here today and for the words that you've offered and just for everything that you do, being a part of such a great institution as UAA. We are now transitioning to that part of the morning where we get to do some recognitions. And so I believe Kelsey is going to display the names of all of the faculty members who have earned promotion and or tenure since last year.
Here we are.
There we go. Thank you. So it is my pleasure to recognize and honor all those members of the faculty who've earned promotion and or tenure. As you know, the essence of our mission at UAA is to inspire learning, and the promotion and tenure of these members of our faculty does really represent their advancing scholarship and their capacity to continue to inspire our students. So I'll read each of the names and their promotion or tenure and college affiliation. First, Paula Banchero, promoted to Professor, Journalism and Public Communication. Kevin Berry, tenured and promoted to Professor of Economics. Ginger Blackman, tenured and promoted to Professor, Educational Leadership. I believe those were a couple of associate professors, apologies. Chad Briggs, tenured as a professor in public policy. Heidi Brocious, tenure and promotion in social work. Jason Burkhead, promoted to Professor, Biological Sciences. Matthew Carlson, promotion in Biological Sciences. Leanne Carruthers, tenured and promoted, Physical Therapist Assistant Program. Thomas Chung, tenured and promoted, Art Painting. Can you scroll up just a bit? Thank you. Matthew Cullen, promoted to Professor, Mechanical Engineering. Utpal Dutta, promoted to Professor, Civil Engineering. Sharon Emmerichs, tenured and promoted to Associate Professor in English. Mary Jo Finney, tenured as Professor in Education. Scott Hamill, promoted to Professor, Civil Engineering. Lance Howe, promoted to Professor, Economics. Darcy Hutchings, tenured and promoted to Associate Professor in Library Science. Jeffrey Lobby, promoted to Professor of Process Technology. Holly Martinson, tenured and promoted to Associate Professor in Medical Education. Thank you. Jenny Miller, promoted to Professor in Public Health. And Brad Marstall, promoted to Professor in Justice. Congratulations to each one of you on your very much deserved achievements. And I believe there was one that's missing. Did I miss one, or are there more on another page? Oh, there we go. Okay, I thought there were some more missing. My apologies. Okay. Kristen Ogilvy, tenured and promoted in anthropology. Megan Osiander-Gobeil, tenured and promoted in quantitative studies, mathematics. Yashiro Azuru, promoted to professor in psychology. Anthony Paris, promoted to professor, mechanical engineering. Todd Peterson, promoted to professor, electrical engineering. Joel Potter, tenured and promoted to Associate Professor of Philosophy. Christina Stuve, promoted to Professor of Counseling. Patrick Tomko, tenured and promoted to Associate Professor in Chemistry. Vinod Vasudevan, tenured as Associate Professor in Civil Engineering. And Michelle Yachmanev, tenured and promoted to Associate Professor in Engineering. Now, congratulations to all of you for your achievements. And at this time, I'll turn it over to Chancellor Parnell to announce the Chancellor's Award recipients.
Well, thank you. Thanks, Denise. It means a lot to me to be able to shine the spotlight on others' great work. And for the 2021 Chancellor's Awards, the We Put Students First Award. This Chancellor's Award demonstrates exceptional commitment to advancing a culture of institutional excellence that inspires and enables student achievement and success. Today, we want to honor the faculty winner, who is Heather Nash, Associate Director of AI&E, and the staff winner, Jennifer Spencer, the College of Health Advisor. Where's the clapping? Did I see some? The next Chancellor's Award is for the outstanding contribution to the advancement of diversity of UAA students, staff, and faculty through increasing the visibility and representation of diverse voices, and for creating an atmosphere of inclusiveness and community. The winner here is Sarah Buckingham, Assistant Professor, Department of Psychology. Next is the Community Partnership Award. And here at UAA, we embrace our role as a trusted and respected community partner. This one's for outstanding contribution to the advancement of UAA students, staff, and faculty, while increasing UAA's alignment to meet community needs. This one's a big one this year past. The Chancellor's Award winner is the UAA Student Health and Counseling Center staff. This incredible team of 16 professionals just comprise this award-winning team. Each of them deserves recognition for their incredible work throughout this past year, which was an especially challenging one, as we all know. The team members are Mary Woodring, Betty Bang, Tracy Gillen, Jennifer Larson, Teresa Schmitz, Nikki Thude, Ralph Bagley, Jan Garrow, Kristen Kemmerling, Grace Olrun, Maria Belazertsava, Gina Bardsley, Nisha McCrae, Michelle Bach, Brittany Kupek, and Judith Lindenfelser. So thank you all for a job well done. Next at UAA, we accelerate excellence through continuous improvement. And this Chancellor's Award winner exercises leadership, initiative, and outstanding teamwork capabilities that create a positive atmosphere. She consistently performs at a level above normal job requirements to advance a culture of institutional excellence that inspires and enables students, faculty, and staff success. It's my honor to present the Chancellor's Award in this category to Luann Picard, College of Engineering Project Management Chair and an Associate Professor. So congratulations, Luann. For our final award, we recognize those who positively impact communities in the world through innovation. This award for achievement is for a best idea in the category or theme of the year. And for 2021, that theme has been student enrollment. We have two awardees in this category. Craig Mead, the Interim Executive Director, Office of Admissions, and Shauna Grant, our Financial Aid Director. So congratulations and thank you to both of you. Thank you all. Thanks for all you do to help UAA students and make this a great place to be and a great place to work and live. Thank you.
Thank you, Chancellor, and congratulations to all of the Chancellor's Award winners for 2021. Much deserved. I know there was a huge number of nominations this year, and it was quite the task for all of us on the cabinet to try to go through all of the different nominees, and just very inspiring realizing how many great members of our staff and faculty there are who are doing such amazing work. So really exciting to see the winners announced. So we have come to the end of our time together this morning, and as I am wont to do, I often end things a little early. It's just a habit of mine, particularly with meetings. I always like to give folks a little bit of extra time. So we've managed to do that here as well, even though we were scheduled to go until 10. I get to have the last word, and that last word is thank you. Thank you all so much for everything that you have done. Thank you for everything that you're about to do on behalf of our students, our communities, and for one another. We look forward to a great 2021-2022 academic year together. So thank you all, and we will see you soon. Bye-bye.